One of my students lost $15,000 on their first dropshipping store, but now their store is making $400,000 per month because I actually worked out what works and what doesn't. So what I've done is I've documented these steps on 17 stores, 11 failed, 3 broke even, and 3 hit really massive sales per month. And you're probably wondering how I did this. I basically used the data that we had from all the stores that we've managed and all the stores that we've come across in the time we've been managing stores, and to be honest with you, the data really doesn't lie. So guys, what I'm about to show you in the next few minutes, if you give me the time, is how a dropshipping store can actually make it in 2025. And guys, there's going to be no BS, just proven numbers and proven strategies that will work now and into 2025. So guys, the plan is really simple. We use a system called R.E.A.L, which is research, execute, automate and leverage. I had to look at my notes there because I couldn't remember what they stood for. And the great thing is the students that employ this system do well over 10k per month in their first 90 days. So if you're ready for me to tell you the truth about dropshipping in 2025 and if it's really worth it, stay tuned. So before we get into that, let me be real with you here. My first Shopify store lost $15,000. I'm not gonna lie, that is the total truth. I lost a lot of money when I set up my first store. But guys, I'm here to tell you that's not exactly where the story ends. I did that because what I didn't do is I didn't learn my trade. I didn't research. I was watching loads of YouTube videos and just listening to many gurus out there telling you to do this and telling you to do that. And to be honest with you, the vast majority of the information that's out there is completely and totally wrong. So a lot of the information out there is basically just trying to sell you a course or try and sell you on some sort of mentorship, and they don't even really care what results their students are getting. And I hold my hands up, I'm one of the ones that fell for one of these schemes, and in this video I'm just basically trying to tell you that you don't need to do that. There is another way. And guys, I totally get it. You're worried about money that you can't lose, money that you want to invest but you can't lose it. And it's not that simple, unfortunately, because what I'm going to tell you in this video is that you probably will have to lose some money before you actually make money. And guys, if you don't do the research, if you don't look into who's supplying the products for you, you're probably going to lose money with suppliers if you don't choose the right ones and do the proper research. But what you've got to understand is what you're doing is you're building a sustainable business. It's not a get rich quick scheme, it's a proper business. Whether it's something that you're doing part-time or you're doing full-time, it really doesn't matter. The most important thing is both you and your store need to stand out from the crowd. But here's the thing, guys, success didn't come from following lots of gurus and just basically doing what they say. It is literally a case of trying things out on your own store, trying and failing, and then actually learning from those things that you actually failed at. It actually came from exactly what I'm going to show you to do in this video. So without further ado, let's show you if dropshipping is actually worth it in 2025. So the great thing is it's a very low investment. If you think about it, if you had to open up a physical store, can you imagine the amount of money you're going to have to put into that business just to get it started? You're going to have to get permits, you're going to have to obviously rent or purchase the store, you're going to have to kit it out with all of the actual shelving, you've got to buy stock, you've got to buy insurance, you're probably going to have to take on staff. There's a lot of upfront costs when we're talking about a new store. Then you've got quality control issues, you've got the marketing to actually market the store, and then lastly you've got competition. Obviously you're not going to be the only store on that street or in that town or in that city. You're going to have other competitors that you're fighting against. With a Shopify store, with a e-commerce store, you won't have any of that. It's so cheap to start. Now there are a few challenges. You've got customer service. If you're not used to doing customer service, I can tell you now, you've got to get really good at customer service if you're going to have your own e-commerce store. And you may even have quality issues depending on what products you're selling, on where you're getting your products from, even right down to the packaging. You might have quality control issues, and this is something that you need to identify quite early on, because obviously if you ship 100, 1,000, 10,000 of these products and there's an issue, you're going to have problems, a lot of problems later down the line. And then you've got the marketing costs. If you don't work out exactly how much money you're going to make when you sell one item, you're going to struggle to sell a lot of items at a high price or even at the same price. And then you've got competition. You're not going to be the only one selling that product. There are going to be several others selling the same product. And if they see that you're doing well, they're going to basically just copy everything you're doing. And as you think about it, that's going to be a huge problem later down the line for your store, because It's all well and good doing really well for the first few months when you've opened the store, but once competition starts coming in, it's going to be a massive struggle for you. And this is where product research is really important, and also building a brand connected with your product research. And this is where product research is really important. You want to find one supplier, but you also want to have a backup supplier or even two backup suppliers just in case the first one fails you. And after you've got all of that worked out, it's then the time to actually start building a brand. And once you're building the brand over the months, you can then start building a long-term relationship with your customers. So they're not just purchasing once, they're purchasing from you many, many times during the course of the year. And that's why I really love the fact that if you're still watching this, you're not being swayed by all of the gurus out there on YouTube. It's actually not a case of actually making a fast buck. It's actually building a sustainable business that can sustain you for months on end, for years on end. And the good thing for you to do really is just think of it as a journey. You're building a business, but you're also learning along this journey as well. You're going to fail a few times, you're going to fall down a few times, and you're going to stumble. But if you look at it as a journey, then it's really going to set you up to actually manage and grow your store over several years. So is dropshipping worth it in 2025? I'm going to give you my honest answer. It is 100% worth it, but you need to have the mindset that you're actually building a real business and not some sort of, get rich quick scheme. And it's only those with that sort of mindset that really make it in this business. So you're probably asking yourself why you should listen to me. My name's Des from the Ecom Corner. We also have a community called the Ecom Network. And in that community, we basically share lots of ideas, lots of different marketing ideas. We talk about AI, we talk about automation, which is going to be really big in 2025. We talk about lots of different things within that community. And I'm not trying to sell you anything on this particular video. Literally just click on the link in the description and you can join the community. It's totally free. There's no hard selling or there's no one trying to take anything from you at all. It is literally just a community that's full of learning, full of a lot of education. So guys, I really hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm not trying to tell you something that I wouldn't tell a friend or a family member. I'm basically just talking from the heart, trying to tell you that this is not a get rich quick scheme. It's an opportunity. If you're working at the moment or you want to do this full time, it is definitely an opportunity for you, but it's going to take a lot of hard work. And as long as you know that you're going to maybe stumble and fall along the way, then this is probably the business for you. But what I will say is if you're not willing to put in the hard work and if you think things are going to come easy to you, then this is definitely not the business for you and it's definitely not worth it in 2025. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video and I'll see you in the next video.